What is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and today we are going to be doing a drift build of the 2014 Maserati Ghibli S. Now, this is the Fast and Furious edition, but I'm still going to kind of take it as though this were the stock version of the car. We're going to modify it a little bit. I like the way it looks from the get-go, but we're still, like I said, we're going to kind of tear into it a little bit and maybe modify the looks on that side after we handle the performance, of course. Now, this car comes with 618 horsepower and 619 pound-feet of torque, but the stock version, you know, that's a little bit far off. But even though this is a little bit higher up as far as torque and horsepower go, it's definitely still a good starting point. Now, we're going to be going with it in the base color. We might change the color later on, but I do like the way it looks. I do like that kind of gunmetal silver. I think it kind of provides a nice look to the car. I like the way it kind of brings out the real sinister look to it. It's not quite like a... It's weird because modern Maseratis have a little bit of an Aston Martin-ish front end, but they look more evil. Aston Martins have that kind of like sort of beautiful look to them. These are more very evil to front end. In fact, they're actually the Ghibli is quite similar. If you look at it right next to the front end of a new Charger, they actually look really similar from the front end, and I'll show you guys what I mean. I mean, obviously the headlights are a bit different, the grill's a bit different, but they do have a Charger-ish kind of front end. And they sound beast. Oh, crap. I was like, that's a wall, not the entrance to the garage. I don't know why I did that, but... Slide it backwards into the garage. No, oh my god, I pressed Y as in thinking I would enter the garage. I don't know why I did that. I've been playing too much GTA, I guess. I haven't even been playing much GTA lately.
What can I do to help you?
Alright, now, first thing we're going to do is we're going to lower that suspension. We can't. It's already as low as it will go, so we're going to leave it, I guess. We're going to leave the suspension then, and upgrade the brakes, because the brakes can definitely take the upgrade. And from there, well, first off, before we do that, drivetrain swap, and, oh, never mind. We're good on that too. We're good on that too. But, let's see if there's any aero interference we can do aside from Forza Aero. I don't think there would be, but it's always worth checking. Now, as far as wheels and tires, we're probably, yeah, I was thinking we're on race tires already, which is kind of a shame because I would like to take it down to maybe sport tires for drifting. But let's see, we're on two 45s in the front and two 95s in the rear. 295 is a wide tire. Let's see, 315 is the max we could go. I'm thinking of going up to the 315 just because of the fact that we could put down a bit more, put a bit more power to the ground reliably that way. But honestly, I'm gonna leave it alone. And for the wheels, before we mess with that, let's handle a couple other things like with the power. Now we can really only upgrade a couple of things: the exhaust and the turbos. So we're going with the race exhaust and race turbos, which bumps us up to 877 horsepower, nearly 900 horsepower in this thing, so it's definitely going to get sideways pretty easily. Now, I've thought about changing the wheels, and you know what? I'm going to. I'm going to, definitely. So, we're going to go straight to... I mean, I feel like a lot of people would just go straight to HREs, and I kind of do the same thing, but... I don't know, I really like the HREs. I feel like they rendered them a lot better than a lot of the other wheels in the game, to be quite honest with you guys, so... we may end up sticking with them. But I tell you what, just to give the other wheels a fair chance, let's go through and look at some of the other types. The stock size on this car is huge, though. It's absolutely massive. That looks pretty good. Those look pretty good, too. I mean, again, they are a little bit large, but those look really nice. And again, they're more HREs. So, a lot of the HREs, most of the HREs, you can't go wrong with them, really. That would be, if we put this thing on bags and really slammed it to the ground, that would be, those wheels and bags would be total VIP style. Look like a VIP Lexus or something. But, let's see. Let's just look through here real quick. Again, giving other wheels a fair chance. I do like the way these look, though. I mean, we will most likely go back to those HREs, but... let's see. I like these. I like these a lot, too. But they still don't really fit the style. Those kind of fit the style, but at the same time, I don't really like them. I know we've spent a lot more time choosing wheels than we normally do, but I feel like your wheel choice on this car makes a big difference in the look of it. The Work XD9s, it's funny because Work XD9s look really good on almost anything except for this. We're going back to the specialized wheels, and we're going straight to the HRE P45 SCs. Those look gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful on this thing. I might change them up a little bit with the paintwork, but because I feel like, you know, we've got like a gunmetal silver car, we've got a, you know, we've got chrome wheels, and I feel like we need a little bit of a, kind of a couple of little accents in there just to set the car off a little bit more, especially in the wheel side of things. So, not the body. Let's see, paint wheels. Now, when you have a neutral color like that, you can kind of run a ton of different wheel colors, and it'll still look good, like on a silver base or a white base or black. And the green is very striking. This is ridiculously striking. Oh, wow. Just that in that base color, like, without even changing it, that looks crazy. Probably won't do any of the digital camos, honestly, because the digital camos, they look cool, but I don't think they suit the style. Now, the brass is really cool. So is the copper. The copper really kind of sets it off. Because they're not super shouty, but at the same time, they really, really kind of bring the car to life. They bring it a little bit, just bring out the look of it a little bit. The semi-gloss, the brushed. I like the semi-gloss a lot, but the polished copper is absolutely gorgeous. We're going with that. I think that's it's a little bit of a different look, but at the same time, it looks really cool. I do want the polished carbon fiber mirrors, and we'll see if a carbon fiber hood looks good. Actually, the polished carbon fiber hood looks really good. Save that. Dude, this is going to be a sweet car. We're going to take it out as it is. We're going to test it out a little bit, modify a couple of things within the tune, and then kind of move from there, move forward from there. But I see this as being a little bit of a different drift car because I don't see a lot of people using it. But I think it'll be a lot of fun. It bounces off the limiter like crazy. Does it immediately too. Doesn't even wait for anything. It's just like, oh, hi, limiter. Now we don't have that many corners around here, but where we're headed, we will. And it's actually pretty quick. I mean, obviously you would expect that from something that has nearly 900 horsepower, but still. You can get a little bit of sliding going. It's pretty controllable, actually, like from the little bit of testing I just did. Let's pray that there's no traffic in the opposite lane. It actually recovers from angle quite nicely. It's got a nice little feel to it. Let's see if we can go... Let's go left. I don't really go left ever. I generally turn right there, so... I can kind of mix it up a little bit. It's a whoa! Wow, I tried to get out of the way. Didn't have enough time. Didn't have enough time. It's got a really nice feel to it, though. It's not a... I wouldn't say it's an aggressive car, but at the same time, you know, you're putting down all that power, and it's still easy to work with, and I think the weight contributes to that, like the overall weight of the thing. But I think, too, that it's just one of those cars that's really good at recovering from angle. And that transition back there was just bad. I understand that. That was just terrible. But then again, stuff like that, I mean, it happens when you're testing a new car. It happens when you're testing really anything. Oh, crap. Come on. You do have to manage the weight. That's one of the big things. You do have to manage the weight. And you have to manage how the car kind of... I wouldn't say it flops, but it... I don't know. You're... No! God. But, you're never really, like... You're not going to get, like, instant side-to-side transitions with this thing. You're not going to be able to, like... To be like, oh, we're drifting this direction, and instantly just kind of twitch movement over to the other direction. That's not going to happen. You got to give it time. You got to think ahead. That's one of the things that I feel like you might have to get used to with this car if you're used to drifting stuff that's really small, really light, but big power. This is a little bit heavier, a little bit larger, but it's also got big power. So you've got the response, but you don't quite have the instant direction change that you do with a really light car. And you'll have to plan your drifts out a little bit more. You'll have to think ahead a little bit more. But it's actually kind of a good thing to practice with a car that's a little bit heavier sometimes, because it keeps your mind sharp. Because if you think ahead, if you're constantly thinking ahead as to where you want to drift, where you want to go, then it helps you out to plan lines quite a bit more than you normally would. Excuse me. Let's take one more lap around this roundabout. One more lap. Excuse me, jeez. Going the complete wrong way of the roundabout. I mean, he was going the proper way, but then he just turned right when I got there. I feel like I may have to work with the gearing a little bit. The gearing is good, but it's not perfect. It's definitely not spot on to the way I'd like it. I think what I might do is modify third and fourth a little bit, especially just because I feel like you're either way at the top of third, or you're way too low in fourth, or you're way at the top of fourth and just about to get to fifth, but you don't want to go to fifth because you know that it's not going to work out too well if you do. Side to side, Manji. Whoa! Dear God, a lot of these AI cars have been getting super close throughout this whole test. This little clutch kick gets it out. Yeah, a combination of the clutch kick and the e-brake. Well, I was about to say they'll get you sideways. They'll also take signs down. Next roundabout. Transition over the other side. As you can see, like right there, transitions are pretty good, but they do take a little bit longer. And that's just something you'll have to get used to. Something you'll have to just know about this car, and just know about your driving style, about how you manage it when you're drifting this thing. That's really what it comes down to. Oh, sign killer. Get ready and throw it in the corner. Oh, man. I was so hoping we'd avoid that traffic car. I was so hoping we'd avoid it. Definitely not taking the dirt. That's not what we're built for. A little bit of high-speed downhill stuff. Swing back the other way. That was actually, I'm pretty unimpressed by that one. The gearing, again, the gearing is awkward. It's weird because when you're in boost, you just kind of bounce off the limiter, whereas you kind of want to stay right in the middle of the torque band, and that can be kind of hard sometimes. Tell you what, let's try and change up the gearing just a little bit to see if we can make it a bit more usable. The gearing, I want to make fourth a little bit longer. A little bit. I want to make fifth a little bit longer. And we'll see what that does. I mean, I only changed it just a tiny little bit. Jesus, a lot of traffic. That's better. I mean, you're still at the top of the rev range, but instead of just bouncing, when you're going sideways, instead of just bouncing, it hangs out right around 6,000, 6.5, and that was way overdone. Way too much angle. But you know what? We've actually found ourselves in, like, an awesome test area. I'll take that. See, it hangs out right up there at about 7,000, 6,500. And if you're just kind of transitioning back and forth, it's a great place to be. Oh, there it is. There it is. Yes. Oh, 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 oh. Yes, yes. There we go. That's the line I was looking for. I may actually shorten fifth back up a little bit. But man, fourth is kind of spot on for where I like it, at least. Get through, get through. Oh, dear God. Wow, that was close. That was extremely close. Extremely. Wow. Oh my god. So many close calls with this car. There it is. There it is! Going. Transition back again. I really like this car. Guys, I really like this car. This thing is so much fun. And the sound isn't too bad either. I mean, it's got a nice little soundtrack to it. Don't you dare hit me. I looked behind me. I was like, I know he's there. I know he's there. And I really hope he doesn't come to try and hit me. Not a bad combo. It just holds angles so nicely, though. And remember, we haven't even changed anything with the suspension setup. I was originally going to change stuff, but I really like it. I mean, I really like the way it feels. So if you guys want to completely just copy this setup and just give it a try yourselves, then feel free to do that because I love this thing. It's a ton of fun to drift. So again, if you guys enjoyed the video, hope you guys want to leave me a like. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys thought of it. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button for more videos like this in your inbox. And I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later.